Hello students, welcome to the third part of tenses, that is future tense. In the previous video I've discussed with you all about present tense and past tense. So today in today's video I'm going to discuss with you all about the four kinds of future tenses. So let's start without wasting much time. Now, as you can see on the screen, there are some list of rules. So these list of rules we have already discussed in context of present tense and past tense. Today we are going to discuss about the rules, the structure in future tense. So let's start with simple future tense. In simple future tense, what happens? In simple future tense, first there is subject, after that shall or will, and then base form of the verb. I'm repeating it, you remember. Subject, shall or will, and then base form of the verb. Now this base form of the verb is also called V1, right? So two set of examples are given here. I shall speak, he will speak. So you know that shall is used with I or we, and will is used with second person, means you, third person he, she, it, or any singular name, right? And plural, that is third person plural, that is they and any plural names, right? So shall is used with first person I or we, and will is used with second person and third person. Now, when we talk about future continuous tense, so in future continuous tense, the structure is subject, shall or will, plus be, plus V4. V4 is also called present participle form of the verb. Present participle means ing form of the verb. Now, two examples are given here. I shall be speaking, he will be speaking. Now, here I, subject, shall be, and then speaking is present participle form of the verb, that is called ing form of the verb. Now in second example, he will be speaking, here he is subject, will be, and then speaking again is present participle form of the verb, or you can also say ing form of the verb. Now, the third kind of future tense is future perfect tense. In this, two examples are again given, but I am talking about the structure first. First, subject plus shall or will plus have plus V3. Remember, subject, shall or will plus have plus V3. Now, examples are given. I shall have spoken, he will have spoken. Here, I, subject, shall or will, as I told you, it will be used. So here is written I, so that is why we have used shall. So I shall have spoken. Now spoken is past participle form of the verb, which is also called V3. Now the second example is he will have spoken. Now he, subject, will have, and then spoken. Spoken means past participle form of the verb, that is also called V3. Now the last kind of future tense, which is future perfect continuous tense. Two examples are given, but I'm talking about the structure first. I, subject, shall have been speaking. So the structure is subject, then will or shall, then have been, then V4. And in future perfect continuous tense is also used after writing V4 and then object, and after that for or since plus time clause, right? So the whole structure will be talking about when in detail later on. So simply you remember here that future perfect continuous tense, subject, shall or will, have been, V4, right? So this is what the structure is. Now moving towards the next part, that is simple future tense. Now this time we will be discussing about when are the times when simple future tense is used. So basically, seeing your standard, two times there are two times when simple future tense is used. First time, when we talk about future as a fact, right? The things which we cannot change, which we cannot control. I shall be 30 next October. Now here the person I, who's the subject here? I. So here the subject which is I, cannot change his his birthday. He is going to be 30. He cannot, according to his own mindset, according to his own desires, he cannot change his age. So he has to be he has means he is going to be 30 next October. So that is why it's written I shall be 30 next October. Now next one, it will be Diwali in a week. Again, same sentence. As you can see, there is a future as a fact. Now this fact that next week there will be Diwali cannot be changed. Now next time means there is another time when future, a simple future tense is used when we talk about any future action according to our belief or thinking or our perception. For example, I think India will win the match. Now there is no surety whether India will win the match or not, but you think that India will win the match. So when you are talking about your own belief, when you are talking about your own thinking, your own perception, your own your own surety, so in that case you will use future, simple future tense. I think India will win the match. I am sure Helen will get a first class. Now the second kind of future tense is future continuous tense. Now future continuous tense is very simple to understand, right? So future continuous tense is used when we are talking about an action which will be in progress at a time in future. This one you remember. When we are talking about an action which will be going on in future. For example, this time tomorrow I'll be completing my homework, right? So you are talking about tomorrow, and you're talking about that tomorrow what you will be doing. You will be completing your homework, right? For example, now this time today, I'm not talking about tomorrow, I'm talking about today. So this time today what I'm doing, I'm teaching you, and what you are doing, you are listening to this video, you are listening to me, right? So just like this particular example is also given. This time tomorrow I'll be completing my homework. So means you are talking about tomorrow, and you are talking about an action which will be going on in future. And what is this action here? The action is to complete your homework. Now the next time when future continuous tense is used, when we talk about action planned action, something which is planned. For example, I will be staying here till Sunday. I will be staying here till Sunday. Now this is planned. You know that you are going to stay here till Sunday. So in such conditions, which is in such actions which is planned, we use future continuous tense. Now moving towards the next part, that is future perfect tense. Now future perfect tense is used when we talk about an action which will have completed in future, right? Which will be completed in future by a certain future time. For example, by the end of this month, I will have completed writing 4 chapters. Now you are talking about a specific time here. And now here, what is that specific time? The specific time is end of this month. So by the end of this month, I will have completed writing 4 chapters. So here, what is the action? The action is to complete writing 4 chapters. So you remember, future perfect tense is used when any action will have completed or will be completed in future, right, before a specific point of time, right? So in that case we use future perfect tense. Now second example, I shall have uploaded all videos by next week. Now here, what is the specific time? Next week, right? So by next week means till next week, I shall have uploaded all the videos, means the uploading of all the videos will be done. Now the next part is future perfect continuous tense. Now this is the last kind of future tense, future perfect continuous tense. Now just like past perfect continuous tense and present perfect continuous tense, future perfect continuous tense is also very important. You remember, future perfect continuous tense is used when you are talking about an action which will be in progress, right, which will be in progress over a period of time. Now there is a difference between, now don't get confused between future continuous and future perfect continuous tense. I'm just reminding you the things which I have already taught you. Now in future continuous tense, what I told you, that the action will be going on in the future. Here also the action will be going on, but here the time, the time reference is there, the time is mentioned. So we are talking about an action which we have started, right, still going on, and will be going on in the future. Now with the help of example, I'm going to I'm just going to clear it out. Now by next March, we shall have been living here for 3 years. Now by next March, now this is the time reference, this is the time period, right? So by next March, we shall have been living here for how many years? For 3 years. So you have started living here somewhere in the past, still living, and will be living here for 3 years. Now the second example, I will have been teaching for 5 years next April. Now you're talking about by the time, which time? By next April, he will have been teaching here, means the person has started teaching in the past, still teaching, and will be teaching in the future. And in future means still, by April next, by next April, how many years he will have completed? So he will have completed 5 years of teaching. But you remember, the person has started teaching in the past, still teaching, and will be teaching in that particular place, and by next April he will have completed his 5 years. So these are the very important four kinds of future tenses, children. I hope you have understood, right? Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video with covering, another chapter which is in your syllabus. So till then, you have to take care of yourself, right? So bye bye.